Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So today I am doing another Halloween look. Duh, it's still October. But for today's look, I'm doing Billy Butcherson from Hocus Pocus. So I'm gonna jump right in because this look might take a little while. It might not. It just depends on how the paints want to cooperate with me. And my cat is rubbing against my camera. So if you see it shaking, that's why. So first thing I'm doing is I'm gluing down my eyebrows. Now I use Made You Look's technique where she just goes backwards through her brows with a washable glue stick and then frontwards by just gluing them down flat. So actually, let me go get a hand mirror because it's a lot easier to see than the mirror I have set up. But you're gonna wanna let each coat dry. So I just went backwards and forwards and now I'm gonna let it dry. And then I'm gonna put on another coat to get them just as flat as absolutely possible. Once you have this layer dry, go back in with the glue. And this time you're gonna just go right over where you did before. You don't wanna go up, you don't wanna go backwards. You just wanna keep pushing those hairs up and flat against your face. If you have to, if you have these little hairs like these ones, for me, never want to stick down, take a makeup brush and just push them down with the end of your makeup brush or a spoolie. So again, let them dry. This only takes like a couple seconds to dry, and then go back over it. This glue used to be purple, but it's kind of getting old, so it's not as purple as it used to be. But if you use Elmer's and want to do the purple brows, then you can do that. And then it will look, when they're dry, they'll turn clear. For Billy's skin, which is what we're gonna start with, he kind of has this yellowy green decayed look because, you know, he's dead. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of Snazaroo yellow and just a little bit of the dark Snazaroo green that actually has like a little touch of orange in it. So I think it'll be just about the right color. We'll go over the brows first. Okay, still a little bit green. We're gonna add some more yellow. I took what we initially had mixed and put it on my forehead because that's gonna be the highlight point anyway. So that being a little bit lighter is okay, but I am just mixing a little bit of black into the paint to make it a bit darker. And don't worry about it being super duper opaque. You just want it to look like rotted flesh or like really decayed kind of greening skin. So you can kind of play with it a little bit in like the sense of what it looks like because your skin can show through a little bit. That's okay. Guys, the UPS man just came. To pick up packages that I have to send out, and I look like this. It's happened. It's finally happened. I can't. I literally I threw on a hoodie to get the boxes, like gave them oh my god, and I'm like looking like the freaking Mask or the Phantom of the Opera. Oh no. Looks like I'm gonna have to switch to FedEx because I cannot face these people ever again. This time for the eyes, I'm going in with a matte black shadow, and all you have to do is create really sunken in looking eyes. So you want to make sure you get all the way down to your lash line, and of course it does not have to be perfectly blended or anything like that. But you want to get down into your eye socket to the point that this part of your eye, see how this, like my brow bone kind of looks like it's sticking out over my eye? That's the effect you want. So don't really go above there because then it'll kind of mess it up, but you can just wiggle the shadow down in there and kind of, you can end it out here, but you're going to take that same shadow and go directly under your eye anyway. So that just the whole socket looks really sunken in. And then to get rid of that like human like pink that you have in your waterline, just take a black pencil and go right over top of it. And that way you kind of dehumanize your eye. And then blend this so that it looks like it kind of just droops into a natural contour of your eye socket. I'm going to mix up a little bit of white and green, and I mean you want this to be really, really light green, but not so white that it's too bright. Like, you gotta find the perfect highlight shade for this color of your skin. And I'm just gonna go under the eye with it, creating an eye bag shape. So I'm just very lightly patting this because we don't want to mess up anything we just did. Okay, and I'm gonna do some on the nose too because we're gonna contour it. But we just need some highlight in here as well. And you can take a little like clean blending brush. You want one that has nothing on it like this one, and then blend everything out. This is a buffing brush, so it's gonna give you nice clean lines anyway. And we do want a little bit of highlight here in the middle of the chin. So again, place it and buff it, and then right along the brow bone here. We want to take well, you probably want a few different brushes, to be quite honest. I'm going to start with a brown angle brush, and I'm going to go into kind of like I'm going light first because we can always darken up. But we're going to start creating the bags in the skin. So I'm going from the side of my nose down around this highlighted area. I'm bringing it out very lightly. And at the kind of the pit of this bag, we're gonna darken it up. And then drag it out so it all just goes. Okay? Then you're gonna wanna do a smaller bag above this one. Okay, and one more, and this one's gonna be your smallest and lightest, just a whisper of a bag, right where your like under eye bags would normally be. So below this, we want to create like these pockets of skin. So you're going to kind of do a semicircle shape that comes down toward the mouth. Kind of like a really long raindrop. And then just keep creating them on your face. You can do some bigger as you get further away from the kind of teeth area. Do your nose. So I'm taking the fluffy angle brush we used before, and we're gonna start creating our kind of more masculine looking nose. So you want it to be dark here, right where it touches the brows. You want to shade that in. And you can even go right up over your brow if you want to create even more of a shadow with that bone. That's the word, bone up here. And then just take a little tiny bit of shadow and go right over the nose, right at the bridge. You'll want to mostly blend that, but you'll want that shadow there. And connect your ones by your brow bone down to it, so that way the nose looks really thin right there. There, we're going to shade down. I have no extra product on my brush, but we're going to shade down the sides of the nose so that it flares out. So go kind of make a almost like an A shape. You know what, this is looking a little darker than I want it to, so we're just going to pop a little bit of paint right on top of that and blend it. And then you can just leave a whisper of shadow on there. So again, shading, making it look nice and wide, making all of our shadows touch where they're supposed to touch. And then if you have to, like right here, I have a little bit of a spot that is a little bit bare. You just go over it with the paint and then, you know, blend it like that. And the nostrils are going to help too. So you're going to want to take a little bit of black, flare your nostrils, and shade. Because he has really flared out nostrils. Now for the bottom half of the face, we're going to go back in with that brown shade and contour right along where he highlighted that chin. And of course, blend it. Then going back in with your angle brush, start creating, you know, bring those pits that you made earlier, like the longer ones, down. Make small ones too, like if you want a little filler one, like right here. Okay, now it's time for the most important part of this look, the stitches over the mouth. So you're gonna want a liner brush. This one already has black on it, so it's perfect. Take that and create the holes where the strings will go. And then you have to mimic those holes on the bottom. Okay, and now's a good time if your mouth kind of looks like mine, where it's a little bit too perfect looking. Take some brown shadow. Take a flat brush. I'm going to use an angled flat brush. Dip into your black paint and start making the strings. And I want mine to crisscross. So just draw them in little X's. All right, so this is pretty much it. I am going to throw on the shirt because my hair is actually okay for this look. And I'll show you the completed results. Here it is all finished. I just pulled my hair back into like these little, like the little low ponytails that the men of the time used to wear back then. But this shirt my grandma actually made me for my work as a pirate, and it's perfect for a Billy costume. So if you guys like this, let me know. I think it turned out way better than I anticipated. It didn't take as long as I thought it would either. So if you liked it, let me know down below. If you didn't, so sorry. Find another Halloween makeup tutorial on my channel that you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.